407 years ago, our Father brought forth on this continent a new nation conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether the nation or any nation so conceived and so dedicated can long induce. We are met on the great battlefield of that world. We have to dedicate a portion of that field as a final resting place for those who here give their lives that that nation might live. It is to get all together, fighting and proper that we should do this. But in the larger scene, we cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate, we cannot hollow this ground. This brave man living and died, who suggested here have conceived it far above our poor power and added to add or detract. The world will little note nor long remember what we said here, but it can never forget what they did here. It is for us, the living, rather to be dedicated here to the unfinished work which they who brought here have thus far, so nobody advanced. It is rather for us to be here dedicated to the great task remaining before us, that from these honored died we tasked in increased devotion to that, because for which they give the last full measure of devotion, that we here highly resolved that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this under God shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth.